feel like I'm going crazy. It's like I don't sleep. These ideas just keep coming in my head. It's just like, bam, wake me up. And then this one came to me, hot ice cream. Donuts, donuts, donuts. I want to do a jam donut flavor for Smize and Dream. And the flavor is called, it's giving jam donut. It's giving jam donut.
Her career has literally gone from asking models if they want to be on top to going and living down under and selling hot ice cream. Hey guys, it's Briar and let's chat about it. Now this is hot off the press. Tyra Banks is forcing Australia to drink hot ice cream. And well, on this channel there are a lot of sentences that I never thought I would ever say, but I do feel like that one could take the ice cream cake, because in the most bizarre, never let them guess your next move, never let your ops know what you're up to next, Tyra Banks, yes, the Tyra Banks of America's Next Top Model and Life Size the movie fame, has decided to open an ice cream shop in Australia. And not just any ice cream shop, but an ice cream shop that sells hot ice cream.
Hot ice cream.
And honestly, when I heard about this, I was like, this is what I do. It's what I live for. We simply must yap about it. It's too chaotic, it's too silly, and it's too goofy not to. So if you guys want to chat about Tyra Banks' latest business adventure, the online response, the reviews, and all of the chaos that has gone along with it, stick around and let's get into it.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I love Tyra.
I know.
Now, if you somehow have no idea who Tyra Banks is, let me give you the 411. Because you see, Tyra Banks was, I don't know, if you become a supermodel, do you ever stop being a supermodel? Either way, Tyra Banks is a supermodel and she really rose to like mainstream media fame with her infamous show America's Next Top Model.
You want to be on top?
I will never forget that theme tune. It was rare, you had to be there. But I, as someone with a developing consciousness in the 2000s, definitely remember America's Next Top Model and Tyra Banks. And I do have vivid core memories, I guess you can call them, of like me and my friends going to school the next day and yapping about what happened on ANTM, as we like to call it, as the kids like to say, on TV the night before. It was always juicy, it was always crazy bananas, and the makeovers, gooped and gagged, jaw on the floor every time. But America's Next Top Model was basically a reality show where you would have a bunch of contestants vying to be America's Next Top Model, and they would do lots of different crazy shoots. The finale would always involve a CoverGirl commercial, and someone at the end of every season would be named America's Next Top Model. Right. And I feel like if you somehow never have seen the show, I'm pretty sure I would bet one of my 2 nickels that you would have at least seen some of the clips and compilations of the makeovers that they would give these aspiring models at the beginning of each season to try and find that edgier model look. And well, roll the tape.
You should calm down. Whatever.
I just feel so masculine.
I am realizing that this is kind of looking a little weird.
My hair is disgusting. My whole head hurts. My ass hurts. I sat in a chair for 6 hours.
Just to let you know, weaves do that. Like they create rashes, little bumps, especially on the tight areas. It's part of that beauty pain thing.
Let's see how this one looks.
It's a lace front. They put a lace front on my face.
But whilst yes, the show was very much of its time and would not fly today, I do feel like a lot of it has become part of the pop culture and the meme culture. I feel like there are so many iconic and crazy moments from that show that people do still reference and remember. And it's definitely what made Tyra, I think, become more than just a supermodel, or like more well known than a lot of supermodels. And I think when a lot of people look back on the show, there are a lot of mixed feelings, right? Because like I said, it's of its time. And I think it is just such an Avril Lavigne complicated time and period and industry to look back on, right? Because Tyra was a product of the industry, but then she also perpetuated these negative sides of the industry, right? She also projected her insecurities onto a lot of the girls. But it's also like, it's a cycle, right? We love to say these cycles. American Next Top Model, the seasons were called cycles, but it's also a cycle because, you know, Tyra's insecurities were exacerbated by the industry, and then she went on to exacerbate them in the models that were on the show, and it's just never ending. And I think that's why when we look back on shows like this, we feel mixed. It's a bit complicated. We're a bit unsure. We don't know if we have nostalgia or a little bit of concern. We're not sure how to feel. And I personally know that I'm very lucky that when I look back on the show, kind of the biggest impact that it had on me was the smizing in all the photos. Like that plus the Mary-Kate and Ashley smile. If I'm feeling generous, I'll put in an example, but you could not get a photo of me where I wasn't acting as if I was about to be freaking recruited for America's Next Top Model at my big old age of 12 and my big old height of 5'7". Dreams are free, I guess, but I know that that is a very lucky thing to have associated with that show, because for a lot of people, shows like this in the modeling industry and the beauty standards that were set are now rooted in how they feel or how they felt about themselves at the time due to that media. And I bring all of this up not to get super deep and heavy right off the bat, but because I think that this context is very important when opening an ice cream shop in 2025. Right, because a lot of people have that association with Tyra. When Tyra makes these business decisions in this day and age, a lot of people still associate to her the modeling industry and kind of body image issues. And I think that that is important to recognize. Equally, I do want to acknowledge that, of course, Tyra herself can change and her message can change and she can grow and evolve and mature and realize the things in her past weren't always great, amazing, and good. And all of that to tangentially say, Tyra Banks opening an ice cream shop in 2025 does not happen in a vacuum, right? There is a lot of history there for a lot of people. But now that the groundwork has been laid down like broken clockwork, let's get into the whys. Because I think when you hear that Tyra Banks is opening an ice cream shop in Sydney, Australia, mate, there are a lot of whys that come up. There are a lot of questions. Can we ask Tyra Banks a question? And I think the first question is, why ice cream? Well, that's the question that we shall start with anyway. So let's simply go to the ice cream shop's website. And the ice cream shop, if you did not know, is called Smize and Dream. And Smize and Dream actually just started as a general ice cream company that also helped fund other people's food endeavors and business entrepreneurship projects. And from that, she has now used this company and this ice cream to make Smize and Dream the ice cream shop in Australia, mate, as the banner on the website loves to say. And so I thought we should probably just start with what the website has to say. What is her story? What is little Tyra and Mama Carolyn's story behind this ice cream? Because on the website itself, Tyra acknowledges the overwhelming reaction of, huh? Why? So let's have a little read. Whenever I tell people I have an ice cream company before they ask to taste some, they go, wow, Tyra, why ice cream? Well, sorry, I'm feeling silly. When I was 6 years old, my parents got divorced. Mama, my brother, and I moved from our 3-bedroom home in Inglewood, California, to a tiny 1-bedroom apartment in Leimert Park. My mum gave my brother and I the bedroom to share. Before she got a pull-out couch, she slept on the floor. Our first night there, my mum vowed that in 1 year she would move us into a 2-bedroom apartment. I remember her working double time to make her 2-bedroom apartment dream come true, and in a year it did. No more living room couch, Mama now had a bedroom to call her own. Our first night in our 2-bedroom pad, as Mama kissed my brother and I goodnight, she promised that in a year we'd have a 3-bedroom one. This time she bounced between 3 jobs, and in a year she moved us into a 3-bedroom dream apartment. Gosh, it was nice, and I had my own room. Together we painted the walls my favorite color, yellow. And if anything, I feel like Tyra's mom really knows how to implement those smart goals. She is really making the goals, giving herself a timeline, and working towards it. But if I thought I was tangentially speaking, Tyra said, hold my ice cream cone let me tell you a story. But I do believe that we get to the point eventually. During Mama's hardworking years, every Friday night after homework and dinner, we'd have a girls' night at the Haagen-Dazs ice cream shop in Hollywood, while licking our chocolate, in brackets her favorite, and coffee, in brackets my fave, ice creams in her white Honda Accord in her cray cray in a good way style. There are just some things that I shouldn't say, and I think that was it. She'd school me on her laser focus one more bedroom goals and more. We'd laugh, cry, and dream our biggest, most outrageous creative dreams together. And in that car, my ice cream dreams were born. Over the years, some of my biggest dreams came true, but a hell of a lot of them didn't. You wouldn't hear me saying those failures led me to where I am now, because performing in concert arenas is still a dream, and I know I can't sing like Taylor or Beyonce. But what I do know is ice cream, the science of it, the creative art of it, the nerdy technical and the yummy tasty parts. I'm like an ice cream sommelier. But running a business is hard work. I live and breathe smize and dream, so I don't sleep much. That's a little bit of foreshadowing for the interesting promo that you will see in a second. I wake up every night and work because ice cream is on my mind 24/7, 365, especially at 2:30 a.m. Launching a business ain't easy, especially one that started during the pandemic. We're still overcoming some of those setbacks, as well as obstacles and challenges that arise daily. But I rise and smize. I can't help it. Anytime someone says smize, it's like I'm Demi Lovato locked in. I bet you Demi Lovato watched America's Next Top Model with that lock in. Because even though it's hard as hell, things are looking bright and, in brackets, and tasting phenomenal. I am living my biggest creative dream. Even though my keep it real mama still loves her Haagen-Dazs, in brackets, can you blame her? She still coaches me on how to keep my dreams burning bright. And when those special I'm so proud of you Ty moments come round, they make me shed happy tears, sometimes while collapsing in her arms. I dedicate Smize and Dream to mamas and mama figures everywhere. Cool mamas, quirky mamas, turned up mamas, single mamas, foster mamas, working mamas, new mamas, stay at home mamas, DIY mamas, PTA mamas, BFF mamas, creative mamas, all the mamas. She kind of embarrasses us when we're out in public, totally cringe, but gosh, we love her so damn much because she's our mama. The best mama in the whole world. I'm hearing that Boys to Men mama song in my head right now. What's your dream? What stands in the way of you reaching it? Yeah, we make creative, incredible tasting ice cream and super yummy smize treasures, but my mama and I want you to reach for more than just a spoon, just like my mama and I did in that car in Hollywood. Never stop dreaming. You got this. Love, Tyra. Wow, shablam. What a story. What a journey we went on. And do I feel like it answers the question of why ice cream? Kind of, yes. It doesn't quite yet answer the question of why hot ice cream, but it is one thing for me to read you guys the origin story in my silly goofy Kiwi accent, but it is truly another thing to experience the content that Smize and Dream and Tyra have created to promote this ice cream shop. And well, let's just simply watch her explain where the hot ice cream comes into play.
I feel like I'm going crazy. It's like I don't sleep. These ideas just keep coming in my head. It's just like, bam, wake me up. And then this one came to me. Hot ice cream. Silky ice cream that you can drink. And no, I'm not talking about a latte. I'm not talking about hot chocolate that has flavors. I'm talking about hot ice cream. Innovation that took me over a year to get right. You're going to be able to taste it. And the name of it is Hot Mama. Yeah.
And I just don't even know what to react to first. I feel like we can really tell that Tyra has been kept up at night with her crazy creative ice cream ideas and dreams, because I'm feeling the energy. I'm also I'm perceiving the outfit. At first I thought she was wearing a beret, and then I was like, that makes no sense. Obviously, she's wearing a chef's outfit, Briar. Duh. She said she's an ice cream sommelier. But as the caption of this video says, the weather isn't the only thing warming up in Sydney, because Smize and Dream Hot Mama Ice Cream is coming to Australia, Sydney, bum bum Sydney, and it has arrived. And I feel like the comments really sum up the general vibe. The first one being ice cream that you can drink, milkshake lol. Tyra, new to eating, you'll give her time. So a warm milkshake, girl, you good? Me in some random person's kitchen at 4 a.m. Hot ice cream is a literal oxymoron. We were all rooting for you.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
Like, I understand what she's trying to say, but also it feels chaotic in a lot, the way that she's bringing her idea to socials and into fruition. And I understand what she's trying to say. I understand that she wants it to be literal, like the ice cream, but in a hot drink. I assume she means in a hot drink, not because it wouldn't be a solid like round circle if it was hot. But I understand what she means, that it's not just like ice cream flavored milk that's hot. I understand, but I also feel like I am being left with a few follow-up questions, like many of the comments were. And don't you guys worry, because we will eventually potentially answer some of them. But I guess the next question that we get from this whole situation is, why Australia, mate? Like, why Sydney? I didn't know this. I don't know if you guys knew this, but Tyra actually lives in Australia now. She is actually a foxy moron that lives in Australia. If you get that reference, you get it. And if you don't, I can't explain it. But so the location now does make a lot more sense. Like, it's not an America's Next Top Model moment. When we're going on the trip, we're going into the international park, we're going on an adventure. Like, this isn't so much of a chaotic side quest that she just like randomly picked a spot on the map. It's where she lives. So that does, it does make nickels and dimes and cents. And I guess my other question when I think about Australia and ice cream, I'm like, yes, ice cream in Australia, great idea. Because as we know, it's bloody stinking hot over there. And as we know, as I know, as a Southern Hemisphere bestie, we're going into summer. And going into summer, it leaves me with the question, like, is this what Australians want? Do they want a hot drink when in Sydney they're already hitting the 30 degrees? I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. It's hot, okay? I don't know if I can particularly imagine Aussies after a long, hard day of working and saying the C word. I just can't imagine that they would want a hot ice cream. Ice cream, yes. Australians also, I don't know if you guys know this, but they love flavored milk. So in some ways, I'm like, yes, Australians would love this, but the fact that it is hot, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's something that's really suiting this target demographic, especially going into summer, right? I went to Australia in, when was that? 2024 summer to see Taylor Swift at the Eras Tour. Sydney. And it was flaming hot. Stinking hot, flaming, stinking mongrels, right? I think the last thing that I would have wanted was a hot mama, unfortunately for Tyra. And so, whilst yes, I think that the novelty and the intrigue will perk up some attention, I do wonder if this is something that's going to sustain like a craving or a desire that Australians want in the long term. But so I guess we have kind of explored some of the whys. Why ice cream? Why hot ice cream? Why Australia, right? We're kind of exploring some of the whys, but now I did want to show you guys a couple more of her videos promoting the shop, right? Because she's got to get on the line, she's got to get on the socials and let the Aussies and people in Australia know about Hot Mama and Smiles and Dreams. Like, we got to spread the word. We got to let the people know there's a new ice cream shop in town and she's wanting to be on top. So let's watch a couple of Tyra's other videos promoting this ice cream shop, because I just feel like I can't explain it. Seeing is believing. And I'm sorry, there are some videos with copyright music. Me and copyright music are always battling in the YouTube studio. I'm always in the studio battling that copyright music for you guys, but I'll do my best. So let's just have a little squiz, a little watchy what of the content that she's created for this ice cream shop. And she's like, these are my big brain creative ideas to sell the ice cream.
Donuts, donuts, donuts. When I was a little girl, we would go to Winchell's Donuts. Speaking of jam, I was obsessed with jelly donuts, what we call in America. You call them jam donuts in Australia, and squeeze them and eat them. And my mama would be like, stop that, you're gonna get it all over your school uniform. And I was like, I want to do a jam donut flavor for Smize and Dream. And the flavor is called It's Giving Jam Donut, because the ice cream tastes just like this. It's giving jam donut.
Sean Dawn and I'm all the best. I got it going on.
And while I hope you guys really get the vibe and the vision that Tyra is selling us, chaotic realness, if you will. And I truly do think that the comments really encapsulate the reaction. The top comment on one of these videos is, Tyra, I'm tired. Every clip is more unpredictable. See you in New York City this winter, in brackets, threat. And it's like, yeah, I think that hot mama makes so much more sense in New York City in the winter as opposed to stinking hot Australia in the middle of summer. I also love this comment. She's always so employed but gives the energy of your jobless friend at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. It reminds me of the classic Mike's Mike quote. Mike's fans, if you know, you know, but he always says that there's a difference between being unemployed and being jobless. Tyra is employed, but she does often partake in jobless behavior. Tyra has a bajillion and one business ventures, yet she's just been a goofy goober. And I truly feel like she is just letting out her inner goofy goober in this content. And like every idea is being treated as if it's the bestest, goody gumdroppiest idea that you could ever think of. And well, I guess this kind of leads us into, well, Briar, what does the hot ice cream even taste like? What is the hot mama even good? Is it worth all of this hubbub? Is it worth all of this online chaos, goofy goober, silly goose behavior? And well, I guess if I was like a super successful YouTuber in the 2010s, this is when I'd be like, so I went to Sydney to see. Dreams are free, I guess. Maybe one day we can go to Sydney and try the Smize and Dreams. But for now, we are grounded in reality. It's not in the budget, though. I can't just pop up and leave to go to Australia for a day to try the hot mama ice cream. But luckily for us, we have some iconic boots on the ground journalistic besties giving us the reviews, going to Smize and Dream to let us know the scoop. I can't believe it took me that long to make that joke. So silly. So I simply have to show you guys this one guy's review. Wait, what's his name? Kyle Wamsley. And this is the kind of review like one could only dream of. This is the best review. All of the food influencers should be taking notes because I was giggling. I was kicking my feet. I was giggling at this whole review, and it really made up for the fact that we didn't have it in the budget for me to go and try the hot mama ice cream. But let's just watch Kyle's review and see what it's all about.
I have never in my life tasted a hot mama hot ice cream like this.
Come with me to try Tyra Banks' new ice cream store Smize and Dream, located in Sydney, Australia. The one thing about Tyra is that you will never guess her next move, like the time she started a model-themed immersive live experience attraction, or her branching out into literature with
YA, dystopian, fantasy, action, romance, coming of age novel,
or the time she started an MLM.
You can start your own business by selling Tyra Cosmetics.
We made it, and the exciting thing is that the queues, I think, have just died down.
There were no queues.
I mean, I don't think Tyra's actually working the shift tonight. They need to call her in for extra hours, but let's go in and have a look.
It's floor-to-ceiling Tyra, not just in her face being everywhere, but in the deliciously overstimulating brash details at every turn. Is this a cover girl challenge? Because why else am I being asked to say, can I please have a Tyra's Hot Mama hot ice cream with marshmallow Smize surprises, please? Also, I bet you $1 million Tyra came up with this copy.
First impressions, it's like a thick, syrupy heavy, like a heavy, high-quality hot chocolate at the bottom. I got so confused by the kind of words that were being thrown out in Tyra's kind of world about like hot mamas and what flavors of ice cream, but there's cream, but then you pick one, but how many scoops, that I accidentally ordered a second thing that I wasn't even aware of. Didn't fully realize that we were getting 3 things. But this is cheesecake. Let's try this. Probably the cheesecake chunks are a bit much. Can we get a review on the cookies and cream?
It tastes like...
I brought my friend Imogen because she's honest, knows her ice cream, and doesn't hold back.
a cookies and cream ice cream.
Wow, you've done it again, Tyra.
But had she? There was only one true way to judge.
3 beautiful desserts stand before me, but only 2 of you will be going into my belly. Hot Mama hot ice cream, you're confusing to order. Your taste is like kind of great, but I don't know that I'd ever order you again outside the novelty. Cookies and cream, you brought a strong traditional game, but ultimately you under-delivered in terms of originality. Finally, cheesecake. I didn't actually mean to order you, and for that reason, tonight, we say goodbye. It's sugary, it's over the top, it's trying to be so many things at the same time, and that is what I absolutely love about Tyra, as well as Smize and Dream.
At my best, brain cells could not have done a better job than Kyle did. That was truly the most perfect review, giving us the scoop, the 411, and really telling us what it's all about. And the only thing he didn't say was the price, and from what I can gather, it's kind of like high-end pricing. I think it's around like $10 for one scoop, but I couldn't see exactly specifically what the Hot Mama cost, and hopefully Editing Briar can figure that one out for us and put it on the screen, please. And thank you so much, Editing Briar. But I think Kyle really nails it on the head when he says, would I get this outside of the novelty? No, probably not. I think a lot of people will go for the novelty, but will they keep going back being like, oh my gosh, I need a Hot Mama? Probably not. Also, is this a drink that you would have all the time? Also, probably not. It's not something that you would have instead of like your matcha or your iced coffee. It's a treaty. It's a little sweetie treaty. Therefore, I think a lot of people will try it for the novelty, but as he showed, like, where were the queues? There was no one lining up. We've had the Hot Mama for a couple weeks now. There's no line. You can just go in and get one. I mean, I guess that's nice that it's easy, but I think it kind of shows that the novelty was very quick, a hot flash in the pan. And I do think it's good that they still have ice cream, because that will sell. Australians, like Kiwis, love ice cream, so I don't think that that will ever be a problem. But I do kind of wonder, like, will the Hot Mama stick around, because it is such a novelty, and I'm just not sure how much it fits within the Australian market. But I guess that kind of leads me into my final questions of it all, and that is, did Tyra invent hot ice cream? And is this really hot ice cream? Because the name in of itself, as that previous comment said, it's a foxymoron. The definition of ice cream is a frozen dessert, and it is to do with the crystallization of the dairy, ? There are ice crystals forming within this frozen dessert to give it the consistency and texture that it has. In some senses of the word and the definition, according to the Britannica, the Wikipedia, the Google, can ice cream be hot? I don't really know. I think my question kind of is, if you could take exactly the Hot Mama, the ingredients exactly as they are, which I can't find, I get it, it's the secret ingredient, the special sauce, like Tyra's not going to just hand that out to me, but my biggest question is, if you took the exact ingredients for Hot Mama and then put it through the process of making normal ice cream, would it ice cream? Would it make ice cream? A lot of people are speculating that it is some sort of custard, which I guess would make it an ice cream, because, you know, we have the egg and the dairy product to make it hot instead of cold. But in the definition of itself, can ice cream be hot? I don't know. So I guess that then finally leads us into, did Tyra invent hot ice cream? No, I don't think so. From, like, honestly, with Googling, there is not like a market of other people selling hot ice cream. I will give her that, but the idea has been done before. I found a Science Explorers article from 2019, and what this article says, and what I've seen a few different articles say, is that unlike traditional ice cream, hot ice cream is made with methyl cellulose, which is a thickener that works in a high cooking temperature. Hot ice cream is poached, which is also different from the way conventional ice cream gets made. Whereas regular ice cream melts as it gets warm, hot ice cream melts when it cools down. So what I actually gather from those ideas is that that is actual hot ice cream, like it's in the shape and kind of the same texture of ice cream but hot, whereas it seems like the hot mama is like a thick liquid, if you will, that you can drink, that is the recipe of ice cream, I guess. And so is that then ice cream? Because what other people have previously invented to be hot ice cream with the methyl cellulose, smart word, big word, keeping that in my brain, it's not that, right? And I guess the other things that I sort of found that were existing hot ice cream is a Polish dessert, which is kind of translates to warm ice cream, which is made of egg whites and mousse topped with syrup and chocolate, and it is in a waffle cup, and it resembles a soft serve ice cream, but it's warm, right? And it makes sense because, again, if we're thinking of the target market, yeah, a hot dessert in a cold Polish winter, yeah, I would like a warm ice cream. A hot mama when it's already over 30 degrees Celsius in Australia, in Sydney, Australia, do I really want that? No. I think I'd get a nice coffee. There are already ideas of hot ice cream and lots of different ones, and I will give to Tyra that none of these are exactly the same. I think the only thing that I could particularly imagine to be similar to Tyra's hot ice cream is Italian hot chocolates. I don't know if you guys have tried them. If you haven't, they are very yummy. But they are, I think they're thickened with corn flour. Ooh, if I'm wrong, the Italians will get mad. Okay, a million pop-ups and 2 bajillion life stories later, I found this recipe that does have cornstarch, which I think we call them corn flour in New Zealand. But basically, Italians make different flavored hot chocolates that they thicken with cornstarch, so it's like a thick drink. I will say it's not a custard in the way that I would assume ice cream would be, because ice cream does have egg in it, which then raises the final comparison, which is eggnog. Now, I don't know if it's because I live in the southern hemisphere, so we always have eggnog cold, so I didn't even really consider it, but allegedly and apparently some of you goofy goobers out there are having it hot. Please confirm in the comments. I'm not judging, I'm just curious. I would love to have a cold Christmas one time. I do relate to that song, White Christmas. I am dreaming of a white Christmas one day. That sounds fun to me. I've never had one. But I think eggnog, honestly, could be the closest comparison we have to date because as the name suggests, it has eggs in it. And it's a custard, right? So it's a lot more similar in recipe and ingredient to ice cream, but it's made hot. And I guess where Tyra has then taken that idea is made it with flavors of ice cream. Like she's taking her exact ice cream flavors and then turning it into this hot custard drink. So in that respect, I have to give it to Tyra that, yeah, I do think she's kind of made up something new. I do think that it is a new idea. Do I think that the idea of hot ice cream has never been explored before? Obviously no, but I do think that she is kind of doing something different. And like, if you Google hot ice cream store near me, like I can't find one. I would love to know if anyone watching has like an existing hot ice cream shop near them.
Hello, it is I, the all-wise and knowing editing Briar, and I did just want to come in here and say that a lot of people have been speculating and comparing the Hot Mama ice cream dessert to a creme anglaise, which, as I'm sure you can tell by the name, is a French dessert. It is like a French hot pouring custard. So again, if you were to compare the ingredients of ice cream but make it hot, I think that is why a lot of people are speculating that it is some sort of custard. Now, I did want to show you guys one other review because I do think he kind of described the texture and flavor of the Hot Mama more than the other video did. And the reason I want to show you guys that is because I don't really see people comparing the Hot Mama to a custard or an eggnog or a kind of drink like that. So it does kind of make me wonder is it more of a warm milkshake as opposed to a hot custard? And these are questions that I unfortunately do not have the answer to. The other thing I did realize as well is that my other brother, yes, it's true, I actually have two brothers. He is a chef, and like a fancy chef at that. So I definitely could have asked him what his thoughts were on the hot mama, and I just didn't because I wanted to make my life hard apparently. But I think all of that to say is that no, I don't think that Tyra invented hot ice cream, but I do think that she kind of brings something new to the market of making her ice cream flavors hot. But I kind of would compare it almost to if you can go to an ice cream shop and they make a milkshake out of the ice cream flavors. She's just doing that but hot, right? And so that's why I kind of hesitate to say like, no, she didn't invent anything here. Like, I do feel like she has been creative, but I struggle to say that this drink is hot ice cream, and I also struggle to say that she invented the concept. But I do think she has been up all night with these creative ideas, and she is trying to do something new. I do also feel like maybe it's not the right target demographic, and it will be interesting to see how the Big Apple, New York City, responds to the hot mama. But yes, anyway, I will show you guys the other review, and then back to silly, goofy filming Briar.
So I came in here the other day and I got regular ice cream, and I think I was supposed to get the hot ice cream. Can you explain that to me?
So it is a hot drink.
Hot drink.
So we use our ice cream, so the fairy go and
Okay.
and that has been made into
Okay, got it. Well, I'm gonna order it, obviously. Thank you. Grab that. Okay, I'm excited. Oh, it is hot. Wow. Now, I don't know what's hot. Oh, wait, it's a straw. Oh, shit. Hold on. Oh, that's hot. Wait, that's actually... I'm alarmed. That's actually hot. It's... Wait. No, that's literally... Hold on, I need to gather my thoughts. Well, it's delicious. That's my initial thoughts. Actually, just so good. I don't know really how to describe it. It's like, it is really just hot ice cream, but like, it's, if you put a milkshake in the microwave and then drink that and it wasn't gross. Actually, I don't know if that would be gross. Maybe it wouldn't be. But it's really good, actually. I'm impressed. It's thicker than milk, but not as thick as like a cream consistency. Honestly, pretty unique. I don't think I've had anything like it. Just so you guys can get a closer look at it, it's like liquidy for sure.
But I just think to conclude this whole situation and to reiterate and reflect back what Kyle said of like, Tyra truly never wants to let us know what her next move will be. I mean, I guess she has let New York know that they will be her next move with the hot mama, but truly, every business decision she makes is chaotic. She wants us to never guess her next move. She wants us to never be able to guess what's coming. She likes to remain mysterious and a surprise. And I feel like I have to give her that at the very least. I mean, her career has literally gone from asking models if they want to be on top to going and living down under and selling hot ice cream. Like, I don't think any of us could have guessed that or predicted it or put it on our bingo cards if we tried. And so for that, I will give it to Tyra. She has surprised me. She has given us something fun and silly to yap about. And I feel like she has given a lot of people like a fun little silly activity to go and try. Do I think the hot mama is revolutionary in the way that she hoped it would be? No, but she could be ahead of her time, you know? Like, it could be one of those things where we look back on it and we're like, wow, Tyra really was ahead of the curve in the ice cream industry. She truly was an ice cream sommelier. Like, we need to make up a word for being an expert in ice cream. I wonder if there is a word.
2 very boring minutes later.
Ooh, a maestro gelateria. No, a maestro? Guys, my dyslexia is showing. Maestro Galateria. No, can't do it. I need to hear it said first. Maybe we should help Tyra think of a word. A smize cream. I want her to include her iconic word smize. Let's workshop the new word in the comments below, I reckon, because who knows, Tyra could be a trailblazer. She really is kept up at night thinking about ice cream. So You know, it is giving Einstein of ice cream. It is giving, this is her passion that she has found after modeling, MLMing, young adult authoring. She has truly found the passion that will never let her sleep. And that's hot ice cream. So I guess watch this space and watch out, New York, because Tyra will be forcing you guys to drink hot ice cream next. But on that only slightly threatening note, I think that was everything I wanted to yap about with you guys today. I would love to know what you guys think about this whole situation in the comments down below. Did you know about the hot ice cream? Is this brand new information? Have you tried hot ice cream? Do you know of other cultures' hot ice cream desserts? Like, I need to know it all. I love talking about chaotic random things. I love talking about ice cream. I love it all. So please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. If you stay till the end, you are a real one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to keep up with me between my uploads, I'm on TikTok and Instagram, and I'll link my vlog channel down below. And YouTube should be recommending another one of my videos on the screen right now, but don't you worry, guys, because I'm not funny there either. Bye.
You want to be on top?
Do you guys remember that, I think her name was Eve, that model where she had to pose with the tarantula? And she did it, and she served. She absolutely did the tarantula serve. I remember watching that. That was very pivotal and important to my brain, even though I have never since been in such a situation. I don't even think we have tarantulas in New Zealand. I think we had one in the zoo, and I was like, this seems suspicious, this could be a problem. But I don't think we have tarantulas in New Zealand. So, yeah. Anyway, bye.